4.5, and we're in. Right, you're cleared to depart eastbound for Colfax via track 2. Ensure your switches are aligned as you leave the yard, and you'll need to ask permission for the mainline signal as you depart. Let's go ahead and get the path set up. We're all clear to the main. No track IR for some reason, that died. Oh, I didn't restart it after the reboot. Is this a heavy train or something? It is a little bit, isn't it? Oh yeah, I'm not going away with track, I am track. Never do. Once we're in a scenario, it's too late. Sounds like a laser firing. That's at the back, here. It's these two pipes here, and they're relating to the air brakes, I think. There you go. It's exactly what it really sounds like. Screen and title. Ah, title. Not that one. That one. It's sort of a bit of Death Star. If there was a Death Star on wheels, this would be it, wouldn't it? Right, we've now got the high ball to get out. Look around the cab, absolutely. This is the engineer's side. You've got the throttle lever up there. You can open the windows. No wipers, that's completely intentional. Someone, I guess, thought it was a good idea. So yeah, there is no wiper on this loco. This is the fireman's side. You've got the firing control here, because this is an oil-based loco, not a coal-based loco, if memory serves. What is the speed limit in here? 20. Oh, we're probably going a bit fast then. That's better. You get a fan that makes the wind. No. I've thought about doing that though. Oh, we get 55 in a minute. We're in 35 now. What locos are in the middle and the end? Probably more cab forwards. I think they normally ran with one on the long trains, the middle and the back as well. Yep, there's another one on the rear. Evening, Don Bugsy. Are we in the 55 now? We are. Let's open it up. Get the fire mass coming back up. I don't know what the optimum fire mass is on this one. Why does it make the sound? The pew pew sound, Cameron's Gaming. It's related to the air brakes. There's two vents at the back of the locomotive here. There you go, look, there it is. You can see the emission. Air compressors, is that what they are? Is this a grey 5? Green, we got any stops or are we all go vias all the way? Go vias all the way. BMJ Epic asked if we ever see multiplayer in Train Sim. As always, I can't answer things like that. I'm sorry. Oh, Vancouver lad, yes, flyby explanation. Okay, I can do that now actually. Let me just cut the fueling down a bit. Right. So, I press the 8 key and we're out. Okay, we're doing nothing. So, right, hold the mouse button down and look around. Arrow up, arrow down. Okay. Shift, while the up arrow is up, makes it go much more. Yeah. Arrow right, arrow left, and again shift makes it do more. Control up and control down, and control shift up, control shift down. So you can, wherever you're looking is where you'll go. When you, all I'm doing is holding shift and the up arrow at the moment, and then moving the mouse around. Wheel. The mouse wheel changes the depth of field, or the view. What's that speed limit here? Got it coming down to a 50. Let me just focus on that for just a minute. Right. 50's way up there. Did that too early. Yeah, so that's sort of it, really. Key thing is to remember the arrow keys, the shift key, mouse wheel, mouse button. Hold the right mouse button down, remember, to look around. 50 limit here. We're going uphill or something? Oh, we were going uphill. What are we on? Level. It's better. Now we're accelerating again. Speed limit is currently 50. Does that answer your question, Vancouver lad? Is there anything else you'd like to know? Let's get some fire mass in. Chuck some oil in there. Seems to be about £800 is the ideal. How are we doing for speed limit? We're doing fine. One key thing to remember with the cab forward is don't use the F4 HUD on it, because the F4 HUD doesn't work on dual locos, which this is, even though it doesn't look like it. It's built as a dual. By dual I mean there's two locos on it. If you look at the front you can see there's two locomotives on it. Is it an oil-fired engine? Yes, Victor. Vancouver lad, it may. I mean, I presume if you've got all the settings off and it's still slow, then I imagine that's a machine system problem. What sort of specification is your computer? Stephen Jam seems to have picked up half of the Steam catalogue. Nice one. What do we got? Tunnel 16, track 2 is our next waypoint. We've actually already passed one. We're already coming up to the next one. Get the fire mass back up. It's running a bit low at the moment. Right, Rob Allen, one of the things to keep in mind when you're driving these, I did start saying about it actually, is that they will, if you use the F3 view, the F4 view, the values shown here won't always match up with the actual values because they're in the wrong loco. So you should always use the F3 view, and then you'll get a more accurate picture about what's actually going on in the train. Struggling now. Boiler pressure's coming up nicely. .5%, but it looks like we're levelling out shortly. We've just got to get there. .8, 23.7. Come on, get up that hill. 747 Jumbo. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Vancouver lad, 4 gigabytes, 64-bit OS. 4 gigabytes of memory is a bit on the tight side. It's more what graphics card and processor you've got are really going to be more important. 3.4 to Newcastle Track 2. We're still on a 1.5%, but yeah, we're coming to the top of this grade in a minute. We can get back up to speed, which is 50. The ideal amount of video memory, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine you'd benefit from more than 2 gigabytes, to be honest. Newcastle, why is this train in the UK? Because the Americans stole a bunch of place names. T1's trust to completely rebuild a PRR T1 from scratch. I think that'd be awesome. Tungsten ring, yes, this is the cab forward. So we're at the top now. The pew pew sounds, DMRC. That's these little events here, which are relating to the braking system. Oh, they did the same thing with your A1 Tornado. In fact, the A1 Locomotive Society are now building a P2. But it took, I think, about 15 years to make Tornado. It's a very long time. It's a huge project. Cheers, Adama. So you got it on a laptop then, Vancouver lad. Right, you'll encounter a brief stretch of unmarked 25 mile per hour trackage. Okay, that's fine. Simon the Busman, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. I can abuse cab forward wipers in that case. Let's keep the wipers going. Tungsten ring. It's this thing, these things at the back that are making the pew pew noise. If you look at videos of the cab forward, you'll see it's exactly the right as it should be. Let the fire mass go down a little bit too much here, and not let the speed get up enough. .7 miles. Lucas said there's nothing that you can do with dump files. You could send them to the Dovetail, and they might be able to find out. But even then, in some cases, when the thing does a crash dump, because of the way the crash dumps work, it's not always. It's that it tells you what died, but not what caused it to die, and they're not always the same thing. Right, fire mass is back up at the right place. Very specifically, the sound is the steam exhaust of the steam-powered air compressor to charge the air tanks used by the air brakes. There you go. Boiler pressure is finally coming up. That should give us the push we need to get up the hill. Oh, we're struggling now. We are struggling now. Best we can hope for now is getting that boiler pressure back up. There's some more fire in there. Oh, we've just about found the top! Haha! Come on, you can do it. Get up there. Call in a grunk. Struggling between 11.1 and 11.0, but 11.0 was 1. Oh dear, oh dear. Talk about stress. Right, we've got good boiler pressure. That's excellent. Right, this is the top of the hill. And then we need to make a run for it and try and get as fast as we can before the next grade. Oh, here's the top of the hill. Oh, we just did one loop grade change. There you go, we're speeding up. We're not going to get much of a speed run by the looks. Oh no, we are going generally. Coming up on Tunnel 18, Track 2. Bear in mind, this thing can only do about 25 at the moment. Oh no, it is 50. Harry 2K15 AVFC, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Right, we're about to get the next leg of the uphill. You've got air horns and whistle. I'm going to say storm that bank, but I suspect we'll be slowing down again. Right, we're back on the grade now, I think. Oh, 25. What is that mythical 25 section? I'm just going to go through it, because there was no signpost for 25. Which issue's that, Amtrak? Football train crash. If you're, I don't think you're making a site application. It might not seem like it, but the thing to remember is that it's manually lapped. And therefore, if you leave it in an application position, it will just get more and more and more and more and more. If you look at the brake cylinder needle, I don't remember which one it is, but if you look at the brake cylinder needle, you see that when you've got it in apply, it's just constantly going up, which means eventually, and relatively quickly, you'll be in emergency brakes, essentially, which is why it locks up. Right, looks like, is that the top of the next section coming up? No, I'm just imagining it. Still got a green light though. How are we doing? Still going up. We're not doing too bad. What graphics is in this computer? This is a GeForce 970. The laptop's got a 970M, so they're not a million miles apart. .8. Actually, we're speeding up at the moment. Auburn Highway Viaduct is our next waypoint. Still got a few to go. We finish up 18 miles away. So we seem to be doing better this time. We're actually accelerating on the 1.5%. Oh, it was 2% before. No, it was 2.5% before. That's why we were struggling. .35, still going up. Fire mass could do a bit going up a bit. Water's going up. Susanna Pixie, I mean, I guess get the best NVIDIA you can, essentially. Remember that with the GeForces, the 3 digits, the first digit is the generation, and the second digit is the model number in the generation. So, for example, if you can afford a 670 or a 750, the 670 is probably better because of the 7 in it. I wouldn't do it more than one generation apart. Yeah, if you're looking at something, I would just look. I only know the NVIDIA cards, so I can't recommend the ATIs purely because I don't know them. But yeah, that's what I'd look at for on the GeForce cards. Is get the biggest, find out which of the range are the biggest ones that you can get, and then work out what the type of card is. 970 is not a cheap card though, Steven Jam. Neither is the 960. The second digit is very important, but you also don't want to get something like a 370 versus a 710. A 710 will still way outperform a 370. Effectively, think about the first digit is how modern the card is, and the second one is just how clever it is. Because you can have an old card that's clever or a new card that's dumb. .7 miles an hour. This is doing a bit better. This is going a bit better. Yeah, the 760 Ti is a nice card. That's in one of my other machines, and it does the job. Bowman Track 2, 2.7 miles. Majestic Dogface, what does the interior of the loco look like? It's the engineer's side. Got the cut off here, throttle handle up there, and you've got the brake controls. And then over here you've got the firing controls, so you've got water inlets and of which turn the water off, and this is the fuel flow control, because this is an oil powered loco, not a coal powered loco. You've got windows and things, you've got other windows and things. Looks like someone's stalking me. Yeah, the screenshot I used for the GP38 still has an engineer, or I think it's the engineer in it. Right, coming up on the next rise. Hang on, we're doing 54. That's what I thought. We're succeeding too much. Ease the throttle up as more and more of the train gets on the grade. Coming up on Bowman Track 2. What are we up to for the finale, for the final stop now? 13 miles to Colfax. Hey there, Kevin Hopkinson. Good evening. Still going up. Yep, Bowman East Track 2. 1.6%. Illinois Rail fan, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Oh, we're coming to the flat bit. Yep, coming to another flat bit. Excellent. No changes of speed coming up though, we're still on 50. Oh, it also animates the regulator. If you look, you can see the regulator linkage is animated on this one. Oh, we're coming up to Clipper Gap. And then PCU, just stick an F40PH in the middle of your consist and mark it not powered. It's not quite it, but close enough. Cut the throttle a bit. Hey, welcome back, Exig. PCIe, yeah, that should be what you're using. Yeah, that should be the same status, same as normal then. Yeah, cabbage, because it's a cab with baggage. How are we doing? Tunnel 28, 1.5 miles. Susanna Pixie, your best bet's going to be to get advice from someone local. If you're not confident doing the upgrade, then get someone to give you advice locally. The Horseshoe Creamsicle crashed, Agseeg. The game crashed about halfway through, I think it was. So that one didn't go up onto YouTube. Apparently I'm supposed to have the bell on in tunnels, says Josh, so we shall do that. Oh no, sorry, the game didn't crash, Agseeg. There was an AI collision, if memory serves. Oh, I can't remember. I'll rerun it at some point. I've had nothing but the game crashing tonight, so... Back on the uphill. Desperately need to get some more oil in the fire. Vancouver lad, vendor operators that don't agree with or don't do the licensing with Dovetail. It's not so much about wanting advertising; they can get much better advertising elsewhere. But what they're worried about is people crashing their trains. That doesn't send a good image, and someone in the media will get hold of a Virgin train crashing and then say, "Look, this is a train crashing with Virgin Media on it," and that's all they need. Oops, I forgot the bell and stuff. So yeah, because people crash trains, and because it's possible to crash trains, that makes getting licenses very hard. Right, fire mass is coming back up to where it needs to be now. Thanks for the host, P-Bask. Colfax is now 4.6 miles away. The horn does sound like an air horn on a boat, doesn't it? Tunnel 30, track 2, coming up in a mile ahead. Nick Florenzano, I run the New York New Haven occasionally. Mickey too, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. But I don't run the original Northeast Corridor because the last 3 scenarios I've run on it have all crashed. So I stopped running it. If I can find out why these other new scenarios are crashing, maybe I'll be able to go back and do that. Mainline 1980s is a 1980s scenario. No, it's not a backdated workshop route. It's just a scenario. It's the stock that's effectively backdated. New Haven to Boston, yeah, that's... is that on Workshop? Because if it's not on Workshop, I can't download it. It is on the Workshop, okay. I'll take a look at that then, I don't remember seeing that one. Anticipate making a station stop at Colfax to lubricate and check over locomotives before the train continues the hard climb over the summit. 2 miles. Cheers, Fringe, darling. Illinois Rail fan, if your firebox is put out, then you just need to use. There's a thing which will will start it back up again. 1.5 miles to go. Looks like we've got another push to get up there. But it normally means that you're doing something wrong if the firebox is getting put out. Blocked flues or something. Colfax main track 2, that's where we're coming to a stop. Oh, is that New Haven to Boston? Is that with some? I think his name is Juicy Cactus or something along those lines. Because I think I watched him briefly on his YouTube, because he streams on YouTube. Oh, I've not heard of that then. It doesn't sound the same thing. Cactus juice, that's the thing. I knew there was a cactus in there somewhere. Right, we're rolling up here, and then we can stop. It's APT Steve! Oh, Josh, I looked at your Chasing New Year's, and unfortunately it's a nighttime scenario, so it won't stream very well at all. I'll try and give it a play, though. Well, it's not a great stop, but it's a stop. Well done, we'll be here for a few minutes to take a break. Hopefully the Colfax station agent has some hot coffee brewing in the station. Superb. Right, now, I'm sort of tempted to switch back to here. Now I'm going to change, what's my memory usage in the game at the moment? 1.3. Right, so let me start by restarting the game. I'm going to try that 1B